morning folks, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me. Today it's Sunday the 15th of August, so we're halfway through August already, which is unbelievable in itself. And today I found myself down in Derbyshire, an area of the UK that I don't often frequent, if at all. I have been many years ago to places like the Cat and Fiddle and Matlock Bath, that sort of neck of the woods, but I can't remember when. It must be God knows how many years ago. So I would guess that probably in the last year maybe I've seen some videos on YouTube about a cafe at Buxton called the Yonderman Cafe. So I thought, why not? It looks alright. And I've done a few little videos recently on biker venues, places like Squires, Devil's Bridge, etc. So I thought, let's have a little trundle down to Derbyshire, go to the Yonderman Cafe, see what it has to offer, see how busy it is, see what the scenery is like in the countryside around the area. So that's where we are today. I didn't bother filming anything, obviously coming down the motorway. I've come down on the M1, nothing particularly remotely interesting about that. And for some reason the sat-nav then diverted me, or certainly took me through a part of Sheffield by Meadow Hall before coming sort of into this general neck of the woods. And again, there's nothing particularly special that people want to see about Meadow Hall, I wouldn't suggest. So yeah, so I've started filming here. Hopefully this is going to be of interest to some people. Again, I brought the drone with me. If it's not too windy, it's not too busy, the usual rules, I will try and get the drone up somewhere if it's worthwhile putting it up. So stay tuned for that. But in the meanwhile, let's just enjoy the scenery together and some of the quaint little buildings and villages that we've got around here, and let's see what the location has to offer for us all. Okay, come back to you in a few moments. Road chippings. I know I said I'd come back in a few moments. Road chippings. Why do they use road chippings? They're absolutely horrible. Could even be suggested that they're put down deliberately to slow bikers down. Who knows? Or is that a bit of a conspiracy theory? Nice little row of cottages there, looks quite nice. I despise riding on gravel like this. Well, it's not gravel, is it? Loose chippings. So I'm going to turn off in a minute onto the 8623. Bit of a weird junction this. So left here and then right further down. So take a right here, Chapel en Firth and Eyam, pronounced Eyam. Which is where I'm hoping to go in due course. So there's plenty of bikers out in this neck of the woods because of the Biker Cafe, you know, the Yonderman, and that's obviously the area as well. It's has a lot to offer. Some lovely cottages. I definitely won't want a cottage underneath that rock face, so good. You can just imagine one of those slithers of rocks coming loose straight through your roof, killing you. I'll give that a miss, thanks. So I've got Eyam village, a right turning here, but I'm going to do that on the way back once I've been to the Yonderman and had a spot of lunch, because I'd like to have a walk around that village. And if I have an opportunity, I might even have a look in the museum. So just over a mile to the destination, the cafe. Spot of rain there. Hopefully it's not going to spoil itself and rain on me. Alright, just see if I can find this cafe then now. I had a look at it on Google Maps last night and it seems to be set back from the main road. Not sure which side of the road it's on as I'm coming from this direction. Hopefully it's going to be signposted. Quite strange if it's not. What have we got here? Well, I would suggest that's it there. Seeing as it says the Yonderman Cafe. Ooh, let's stick it over here. Right, I'll catch up with you in a few moments, folks. Right folks, so that was the Yonderman Cafe. If I'm honest, I'm a little bit disappointed in it. I didn't think it was anything special, and the fact that it's a Sunday, it's 19 degrees, it's lunchtime, or it was when I arrived, and it's not far off now, and yet there's hardly anybody there. There's no passing trade. You know, there were a handful of bikers there. That car park should be absolutely rammed. They should be queuing out the door. You know, you go to places like Squires on the outskirts of Leeds, or Devil's Bridge, going out towards the lakes, and you're struggling to get somewhere to park, and the car parking is enormous. You know, they're obviously doing something wrong here. I just can't understand how it's so quiet. And that's before you even get around to the service. You know, you go in expecting to order some food, to give you a menu, tell you they'll be out with you in a minute. 20 minutes later, still nobody had come out, so I had to go in just to clarify, am I right in thinking that you are actually coming out to take an order, or should I have come back in and place my order? No, we'll come out, you know, just bear with us. And then eventually they came out and took an order. Now, fair enough, once they took the order, it didn't take long to arrive, even though it was a cooked meal, but the initial service and attention is quite poor. I certainly was contemplating just going somewhere else. You know, there's plenty of other places where you could get a bite to eat. So yeah, that was a bit disappointing. And I will call it again at some point, just make sure that wasn't an isolated incident. But first impressions often count, don't they? When you go to somewhere like that, and if you have a bad experience, or certainly not a positive experience, you're in two minds and you're hesitant about going a second time. No atmosphere there either. You know, you go to Devil's Bridge or Squires, and it's genuinely, it's buzzing with the atmosphere and the bikers. People are more approachable, they'll speak to you. I don't know, just seems a bit bizarre to me. They could really exploit that and make a lot of money out of that, or certainly a lot more money than they're currently making. I had a look at the website last night, it said they'd been on that site for 60 years. Well, in 60 years you'd have thought they'd have got round to tarmacking the car park, which again would make it more attractive and appealing to bikers. You know, there's no dramas, you can still get parked up there. But anyway, we digress. So, Eyam village, this will be this one here then. Now this is going to be interesting. So again, Eyam village, I'd never heard of it until I watched a Richie Vida video a few months ago, I think it was, where he rode through the village of Eyam, pronounced Eyam, and he gave a bit of background history about it and the fact that it was the subject of an outbreak of the plague in 1665 going into 1666, and where the whole village ended up sacrificing themselves, with the majority of them, if not all of them, I think, perishing. I don't think they all died actually, I think some of them did manage to survive it. So what have we got here? Eyam Hall Museum, so that's up there. Let's just have a quick look around here first. And I shall take a left here onto Church Street. Yeah, the whole village ended up in a quarantine situation where they quarantined themselves. Yeah, I'm going to have a look in there. I think that'll be of interest. The museum is up there. I'll just have a quick ride on here first. It's certainly a nice little village. Merrill Cottage. Yeah, so I was reading about that last night. I mean, like their Townhead factory. The factory was built in 1735 as a silk weaving mill. Ralph Wayne, who worked here, discovered how to produce a pattern on both sides of silk materials. At the apex of the wall is a pigeon loft used by carrier pigeons carrying messages to the silk mills in Macclesfield. I'm just looking for, that's the one. I'll just pull over here. Hopefully that won't roll away. If it does, it won't go far. So West End Cottage, West End Cottage. This cottage was built in 1553 and the following victims of the plague died here. Thomas Wilson, Isaac Wilson, John Wilson, Deborah Wilson, Alice Wilson, John Thomas Wilson, Anne Wilson, Francis Wilson, Sarah Wilson. All between December the 22nd, 1665 and September the 10th, 1666. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 members of the same family. Bloody hell. It's hard to imagine, isn't it? A village suffering such a loss. What have we got here then? So Merrill Cottage, so I read a bit about those yesterday. Humphrey Merrill, the village herbalist, died here in September 1666. His wife Anne survived. Andrew Merrill also lived here, and he survived the plague by going to the edge of Eyam Moor and building a crude hut in which he lived with his pet cockerel until the plague was over. Unbelievable. Few houses for sale. So let's have a look at the museum.
where it all started.
Right then, so I've just had a little wander around the village of Eyam. Very interesting indeed, definitely worth a visit. So I'm going to head off in the general direction of home at the moment. I'm in no rush, and I want to try and take in a bit more of this beautiful countryside scenery, so I'm not going to head back necessarily on the most direct route. But yeah, very thought-provoking little walk around the village here. Try and put yourself in the shoes of some of the people here 350 years ago, give or take. Doesn't bear thinking about. I wouldn't mind having a little walk back here again at some point, maybe if I visit in the car, but I'm not carting all my biking gear around. But yeah, beautiful little village, you know, considering the history that it holds. But I'm sure there are other places in the UK on a similar vein. But yeah, you could just imagine a little community like this back in the 1600s, totally cut off from everybody else. So yeah, quite an enjoyable little day out there, quite interesting, bit of history thrown in, no extra charge for that. Hopefully that'll be of interest to some people. Clear left, clear right, I mean, not left. It is clear left as well though. It's a serious corner. It. We appear to have a traffic jam. So we've got a car there that's indicating left but turning right. Nice purples over there, and the heather. I think that'll probably be heather. do another 5 miles or so on this route, see where it takes me. It's a lot of gravel here. Bit of a haze in the background over there on the horizon. Hopefully it's not rain. If it is, I'm riding into it. Yes, there's a bit of a drizzle here, bit of rain. Sure we'll ride back out of it. Not fussed about a bit of rain. And back into the Nationals. We've got an unmarked police car here. So this takes you back Snake Pass way. Oh, that's fine. Yes, I don't remember giving permission for it to rain today on the route I was taking. So folks, I think I'm going to draw the video to a close at this point. I hope you've enjoyed the little journey accompanying me today out towards the Yonderman Cafe at Buxton. A little bit disappointed, as I said, but I'll give them another chance at some point in the near future and see if there were just some minor glitches there and whether they let their own side down or whether that's the normal standard that they operate at. Yep, and then obviously I've gone from the Yonderman Cafe towards the little village of Eyam, or it looks like it's spelt Eyam, E-Y-A-M. Lovely little village, if not a little bit thought-provoking, as I said earlier, going around the village, having a look at some things. I hope you've all enjoyed that. If you have and you like the style of videos that I do, please consider subscribing, and also if you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I put a video out, which I'm trying to do every Friday. As I said, if you've enjoyed the video, leave a comment down below. If there's anything about the video you didn't like, again, I've no issues, leave a comment down below. I'll have a read of it and I'll take any constructive criticism on board and see if I can improve the content and the quality of my videos and the rides and everything else that goes along with it. So thanks very much for watching, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you hopefully next Friday. Ta-da for now.